On average, to get to 100,000 subscribers, it's like 800 videos that people produce to cross the threshold for 100,000 as silver play button. And for a gold, it's well over 1,000 videos on average. And yet, with 600 very intentional videos, you managed to beat that milestone.
Yeah, I think that intentionality might have been part of that. You know what I mean? That sometimes the amount of videos you have, and this is maybe an important thing to mention because some people do everything on one channel for their whole career, and maybe their early videos are their education, and those aren't the videos that maybe did the best. I experimented and practiced really on other channels.
Right.
And so going into Think Media or even video influencers or now Think Marketing, I almost had my practice season and my really making mistakes and lessons and learnings that really started before being highly intentional and strategic and basically knowing what I'm doing as I started uploading, videos that truly triggered growth.
So Think Media wasn't even your first channel. I remember that you actually, you'd work for other people, you'd done stuff with churches, that's how you got your start, and that's a big part of your journey. And then you had your Sean Thinks channel. You obviously have even started a new channel, but you were able to experiment, make mistakes, grow and learn, and then apply all those lessons to your third channel, Think Media?
That's right.
And that's where you saw the massive traction.
Exactly. And so I think that's, all the tips you give out that are so valuable. Clarity is power, and knowing who you're trying to reach, what kind of content you're going to produce, and even understanding, with the Power of TubeBuddy, SEO, titles, and you rank a lot of videos as well. And and so some of these videos, on the journey, there's probably been one that was near 4 million, a couple that were at 2 or 3 million views.
How many do you think that you have that are 1 million views? I have an interesting theory that having a few videos that have 1 million views is actually part of the traffic that you need for relevancy to get to the 1 million milestone. On average, I usually see channels that hit 1 million subscribers have somewhere between 5 and 12 videos that have over 1 million views. How many do you think you have?
That's right where I am at. I think it's probably about 5 to 7 videos that are over 1 million, and some, have multi-million or 1.5 or
Yeah. No, that is a big deal. I saw that happen with Peter McKinnon. I saw that happen with a lot of people, and it's been pretty consistent. The more I analyze channels that reach that milestone, what they seem to have in common. You obviously teach a lot of people about YouTube. You have the book that you wrote with our friend Benji Travis, YouTube Secrets, that we talked about here on the channel before. I'm going to link to that video if you guys want to check it out. But have you noticed any commonalities in the channels that you've helped and coached and with your own experience in channels that reach 1 million subscribers? What do those channels have in common?
Well, I think actually a big unlock, there's probably a lot of differences. It could be a prank channel. It could be Casey Neistat and vlogging, or Peter McKinnon. It could be music channels. But for me, I think the key thing to think about is a business term called TAM, and that is the total addressable market. I think that's thinking about the fact that some niches may never reach 1 million because the market is not large enough.
That's interesting. That makes perfect sense. There may not be, for example, 1 million people for a sewing and knitting channel, but there's obviously millions of people for a Star Wars channel.
Sure.